Hello everybody, welcome back to Summoners Wars. This is the edition of 2024. Got some dailies we're going to quickly knock out, and due to a comment, we're going to be looking at the rune builds. Now, some of the comments stating that some champions lack damage, which is true, because the builds really, some of them haven't changed for a long time, so not an excuse, just pretty much how it is. Some builds have not changed. Some builds need to change, like Verd, I've got Sigmaris needs to change. Yeah, but for a long time, also, I never farmed Necro. So if you follow the channel, and me playing this and whatnot, you'll know that I was just like, oh, fuck Necro. Up until a certain point, and when I got the Tricaru team set up, it was a bit easier, because before then it was too much of a faff, to be fair. So let's quickly go here. We need to check in, and then we need to send friend requests. I'm sure the rain is still fucking absolutely hammering down. Scottish weather, mate. Good to see some people all connected in. Had to get rid of some because there was some not on for a long time. Which, to be fair, ain't no use to me. So Conquer. So I'll do Dragon in the background, I think, just for one of the dailies. It makes the most sense. And we'll just click, because that obviously sucks. Daily mission. Oh yeah, start of the day. We may as well claim that as well. So let's go here and do this. I'm going to have to take this snuddy thing off. I'm fucking roasting. Like, for instance, all of these champions, I could get more damage than him for sure, but I like him in Violent. I don't use him in Giants, so it's better. I like his build, but again, it's Violent, so that's where he is. I think this is a Swift build. I recently gave him like a crit damage number 4 rune, but apart from that, like, his build was predominantly made slow on purpose. So by circumstance, some builds have definitely suffered. And also, I still need to decide who's going to who I'm going to. I need to take this snooty off. I'm fucking boiling. Oh my god, the snooty is just massive. This thing, I swear to God, Eddie Hall could fit in that bloody thing. It's good sometimes, but bloody hell. Oh, sometimes it's mental. Yeah, zoom out a little bit, and I could get a controller plugged into here. Look at the thoughts. So, yeah. Also, we collected everything from events. Did we? I believe so, yeah. Just because this should all be energy that I like to hoard. Because I can put it to good use. I don't like to waste it. I would much rather, just use it properly. So, all I can do is look at the champion builds. I'll tell you why they're built that way. I'll tell you if I plan to rune them and all this type of stuff. And yeah, I think quickly check storage, because I don't know if there's any runed champions. I do like to go to the shop though. So yeah, don't show this again today. So the comment is awesome. Show builds like the lack of damage and stuff. It's all true. It's all 100% true. It's just, it could be a rune issue as well. It could be I just genuinely have to do some farming. That could also be an issue. Or I don't think anybody there has gear on. Why would they, in all fairness? But no, don't think anybody does. I think if they did, it would have been removed. So let's take a look. Let's just take a look at the champions. I'll tell you why they were built. Some were built, like I say, a long time ago. Some of I re-ruined, some I never. Some I've built that I don't use as much. Pardon me. Oh, tangy cheese Doritos, man. So let me get myself a little bit more comfortable. So we'll look at Elucia. Super good. So the idea for her, HP, predominantly a little bit of defense, a bit of speed. I could put Devil Maws into her, but I'm not sure. Push the enemy to an irresistible sleep. That's why she's got no accuracy. She also does a healing stuff, so whether we get a freeze on the A1, it's kind of like it is what it is. Yawn. So, one of the Tricario builds, which, yeah, they lack attack for damn sure, but I probably put 3, 4, 5,000 energy into Spiritual Realm. Again, if you watch the previous videos, you'll know that's all I farmed for quite some time. I quite enjoy that dungeon, to be fair. I'm a cool little team in it. So I went defense heavy because you have to. The attack could be higher, but I've tried to put grinds and stuff into all of these. The speed is slow, but that's just down to the runes being the determination. Yawn. Determination set. Rate crit damage is just kind of a sort of an outcome of what is being built. The accessories, I think they're just on. Some of them are just put on for the sake of being put on. But extra damage, I suppose. Like, it's really just for the defense. This one does more damage on dark, which is good for a necro. But these champions are all pretty much the same. The speeds are all similar. Like I say, he's got the best defense. He's got more attack, a bit more HP. This one has in the middle and in the middle for damage as well. So this is just like kind of the outcome of determination sets. Trying to ruin them up. I did put on some grinds. I've got a nice quad on one of these. Like I said, it's a triple for there. Pardon me. But if we go to this one here, is it this one? 32% defense. I could get a bit higher. I could make the accuracy. I could like grind accuracy. And I could swap the builds around per se, but it works for how it is just now. Granted, one's got 22-28 defense extra, and one's got an extra 21-57. So one's on point, two's a bit short, but it's not for a lack of trying. All the rate crit damage is really just kind of, it looks kind of similar. But thank God for that attack buff, because that's really all. That's a much needed attack boost for them. So Vigor, I built. Oh yeah, obviously. I think she was in Rift Beast for a while. I could use her in TOA for that sleep and whatnot. Crowd control is quite good. This 3's Necro. I haven't really used Vigor that much. Elucia potentially for guild stuff as well. So this dude was built, and I was thinking I could put him into a guild defense. One that would piss people off, give him a high HP. I'm quite happy with this build actually, to be fair. I've seen builds that have the same stats here, but it's an extra 190 speed, and it blows my fucking mind because it's fast. It's amazing. He is ruined, so he's ruined on violent, because why not just use violent if you can. Adaptive charging is on. Okay, well, you're fucking charging as it is. And it's basically speed. I've tried to get HP. So again, okay, I did not know. I had no idea that was at 12. That's actually news to me. Maybe, okay, I didn't know that was at 12 either. So we can improve. But like I say, nice HP rolls. Predominantly, I just want to give him HP defense, a bit of speed. I will get around to the whole guild thing just to try him out. But again, it's a different video. I need to kind of look at 5 or 6 different teams that I can put in as a defense. I have to try and just do my fair share when it comes to the guild. Now, Sigmaris is basically. Right, let's exit here for a second because I need to double check something. My profile. I've been playing for. Oh, maxed out the skills, by the way. So, how many fucking days have we been playing for then? Does it say? 141 days. So he basically, I think it's safe to say Sigmaris has been ruined for probably fucking 80, 90 days. Haven't changed it. That's why this could all be better. I could give him more accuracy. I could give him way more fucking speed and way more attack. And I have thought about. I've even thought about taking away Sigmaris' damage, giving him accuracy for more of a crowd control type outlook. He's quite good because he's got a lot of control in his kit with his stuns and the freezes and stuff. His enemy max HP hit it's okay, but it's not fantastic. And he's basically got the same runes, honestly, that he's had for a long time. A long time. Nothing's grinded, it's just kind of really shitty looking stuff. So yeah, I know he needs to be rebuilt, but as I stated in a previous video, I'm going to have to look through all of these champions that are kind of built, see if I'm happy with their builds, because there's going to be some, like Sigmaris potentially. I want to build Theomar soon. Covenant's got like 99% crit rate. Marsha, I think for RTA or maybe just for guilds and a defense or something. RTA is way in the future. And there's other builds also like Bella Dion. I want to change certain runes to get them into sets that benefit them as well. So Sigmaris has a really shit kind of build. But we also do some champion build videos pretty soon. But he was ruined did a long time ago. Fucking long time ago. Ages ago. And it's just never been changed. Whether it's just laziness or whatnot. So I've got several Theomars. And looking at his kit, he can do some dot damage and he can do like debuffs and whatnot. But he does have like multi-hits. He'll hit 3 times and then whatnot. So I was debating when it comes to building Theomar's damage, or I could just, because he's got the let me see, he's got the be immune to death for a turn, or I was thinking give him lower damage and higher survivability, just to make him respectively slow fast. So that endure really pisses folk off, but I've seen a lot of people build Theomars with damage, so I may try to do it. Again, rage sets are still building up. Probably, of the 141 days, I don't know, maybe it's just a month or maybe longer I've been doing Necro now. You'll have to check on a previous video, because the rage sets they're not fantastic. I do need to genuinely farm some more, but Theomars would like to be built in future. Lapis is wearing the same stuff we get from the game. That's it. Haven't changed it, haven't modified anything, I don't think. Basically, attack, defensive, like, I've not fucking some life drain. There's not a lot of thought with some artifacts, because with how some are worded, it's quite cryptic. It's quite annoying. It doesn't actually say what it is. It just says this adds to a percentage of this if this is at this speed. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, so yeah, a lot of these champions you'll find don't have any artifacts on them at all. But yeah, she's wearing the same stuff you get from the game, and I haven't changed it. I use her in campaign, and I used to use her up until maybe like a month ago or maybe longer in a Dragons team. But obviously I've got a better one now. A more faster one that's also not lost in a fucking long time. A long time. But it would be nice to eventually, it could be cool to get like a 300 crit damage fucking Lapis at some point. But she's just got the stuff you get from campaign on. Look at Eloine. Eloine was built for the purpose of Necro. Multiple shots, decrease a target's attack bar. Do that. If the target is stunned by attack, you gain another turn. Cool. But it was this one and this one, I believe, just for reducing attack bar. So I could damage Necro, reduces attack bar. Try kill him before he really takes a lot of turns, because he comes back to life anyway. She was put into that, and she doesn't get used. So the build she has now, sadly, I mean, a lot of these builds, that's why I need to go through the account and genuinely look at these champions and think what I want to do with them. Having some of these built is also just good for like world boss, because I just normally just like auto select 20 down, tap it, fucking here we go. So at least there's some damage with that, but I think there is a lot of promise with Eloine. And yeah, she was built a long time ago. Check the channel for a video and I promise you'll find one. Covenant is decent. I quite like him. He's slow as fuck. 99% crit rate. Is half of these, I think a lot of these builds, apart from Vigor, he's a respectively new build. I think a lot of these builds are quite old. If you check, like I said, check if you've got the time and you want to watch mediocre videos, you can effectively watch this account go from day one to where it is now. I tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I welcome input from everybody, and it's more. This is just an account. I'm still new to the game. Still got no clue what the fuck I'm doing, but yeah. If you're also a new player, you might find something here handy, so forth. Covenant, I would love to get him fully booted, and I've thought about it because he gains so much damage. But Dimensional Predator, he enabled me to get my first win on Dimensional Predator. So it's like such a fucking pain in the ass. He was wounded, and that's just like broken shite basically. A long time ago, you'll notice a lot of my builds are really subpar, which is my fault, but I've been doing Giants again, I've been doing Necro and whatnot, so like I say, I do need to do some rebuilds and whatnot. So hopefully some of you will join in and be there to see it. Also, a lot of them are lacking artifacts because they just are. I've got no excuse, they just are. Marsha, I want to build eventually for maybe Arena, not necessarily TOA, maybe guild content, because I think she's a really cool champion, if I'm being honest. Really pretty badass. Tattoo. Now, Tattoo's build is quite interesting because she was also built to be slow because she has to go after the Melias and after the Sass, so I didn't need her to be fast, but again, she's been probably ruined and it hasn't been changed for over fucking 70 days. And sadly, a lot of these builds, I mean, you'll see there isn't grinds on some of these. Some of the newer builds have grinds like the Trikarus, and there is some, I think other ones have some grinds as well, but a lot of them don't. Again, missing artifacts, just really in a stun set, fucking knows why. So I have a multi-hit? No, so yeah, I mean, yeah, we can change her build at some point as well. Just another subpar build, but again, she was built to be slow a long time ago. But I mean, she serves her purpose well. She's predominantly for, it's like Hall of Magic, Hall of Fire, and all this type of stuff. Occasionally, TOA, occasionally, but I mean, for the build she has, she does her job really well. One of my 2A Ralks. He was built quite. A lot of these builds you'll notice I made are really slow, and certain damage dealers are beneath 100% crit rate, which is also a very bad thing. And I know this because every hit should be critical to engage all this crit damage. But he was built. I don't think necessarily for Necro. I think what it was. I seen a video with 2A Ralk. I think it was Jay Giggs, and he had a build. I think he was slightly quicker than this though. Everything was kind of similar, but it was first Spiritual Realm, which is one of my favourite dungeons. So I farmed it so much, it's just embedded in my mind. That was one of my favourites. And this was kind of what it looked like, so I kept it there. He's fantastic in that dungeon, and I haven't changed him. Spiritual Realm is... I did try him in Necro, but Spiritual Realm is really his home. He's in Dragon. I mean, I believe I could change this rune to a speed rune. He's really not in any sets. Some of my champions, again, my rune quality back then wasn't that great. It's getting better now. I can show you my runes now that they're getting slightly better. If you want to see that in a video, it'll be quite boring. But I can just show you every set and some of the things I've got to offer in that sets, if you want to see it. But yeah, like I say, I keep saying I want to do rebuilds, and I'm getting to the point where I can probably do some. I just have to take the time to write down like the most urgent until the most, and it's probably dungeon teams I may try speed up because I enjoy that farming aspect of it, and I want to get into guilds. So I mean, the speed would definitely help, but just an average build, nothing special. It works for what it does. Spectra, if you watch again back on the channel, he used to have perfect crit rate with more speed. He lost a bit of speed. And accuracy. I think because he gained a little bit of fucking HP. And damage, he used to have accuracy because of the dragon team he was in, where I wanted him to make sure he landed the attack bar reduction on the towers. Basically, he's in the dragon team. He's in, as you'll see, TOA and whatnot. I do like a violent build. You'll see there's quite a few in violent. I would love. This is one of the champions I plan to rebuild. I plan to try and get him, and obviously he's one of the lucky ones to have his devil mons. I would love to get like 100% crit rate. I would also like, if anybody agrees, this is 98% crit rate. If I add on something with 10% crit rate, it doesn't say 108%. It just goes red, it says 100. Well, I want to know exactly what I'm on, so I know how much to reduce from here to add to here. Just like Raid Shadow Legends. It doesn't just go at 100, it goes red, because it does take away from your build. But he, again, TOA teams, he's in Dragon, he's in Dungeons. I would like to add more damage. I know I need to get a lot of these champions, pardon me, to 100% crit rate, and it will come with time. But lucky for me, some of my mediocre builds actually can get the content done. But it's not an excuse. The builds do need to improve. And Spectra, I'm trying to think if he's maybe like a couple of months he was changed. I think a couple of months is probably safe. She used to be in the Giants team. So it used to be very similar, the Giants and the Dragons team, until I kind of changed them. But yeah, I would love to add more damage to him. If I can keep the same speed, add damage, or get a little bit more speed, I would also like to also add more HP. But he's on Violent. Kali so far has been quite disappointing. I don't want to give her any Devilmons. I took off one of these and I can't remember where I gave it to. I've forgotten. Maybe one of my other routes, or was it like Seek or something? No. Okay, well I took that off. But originally I was thinking I could build her and she would be good. I'll maybe potentially use her at some point. You get a crit rate increase and all that type of stuff, but she just never delivered. She's had a few builds, I think. But this is just a stagnant kind of build. I don't use her, so that's just kind of is what it is. Rebecca, I love this champion. No damage, good accuracy, some resistance because no, it doesn't hurt. She used to have 100% resistance, so you couldn't put fuck all on her unless you were lucky. But now she has been changed. She's 2A again. I just need to decide whether I'll definitely one of some of these champions. I probably may do her because some of the good thing about 2A champions, the Devilmon requirement sometimes isn't necessarily too high. She was in accuracy, which I may take out. Accuracy, resistance, but I quite like I like her HP. Defense probably could be higher. Speed is okay, but again, you don't see many grinds. It's some of the runes here are just really shit. Not even fucking level 15. That's shocking that I never did that. But I really like Rebecca, the Fire Mystic Witch. I think she's great. We have a HP focused build. Here, if you see no artifacts, it's just because I'm lazy, I haven't put some on. And I really should, because of course they will benefit me. But basically his job is to stay alive and put on dots, that's it. So I'll give him HP. He's got some defense, he's got some speed. He can, realistically, he can be as quick as he needs to be. He normally lands quite well. I like that it's really just the passive that makes him really, really strong. So I'm a fan of Sath for that. But will I change his build? I'm not sure. I could potentially maybe like grind a bit of accuracy or whatever, you know what I mean? Try and increase it slightly, but as long as he stays alive and his passive is a big part of that, Lukasha, again, was built for Necro. Ended up not really using her. I just wasn't a fan. I think I maybe used her once or twice in Guild Rival Battle thing. Used her a couple of the Rift Beast just purely because she's got some fucking runes on her. That's it. I did have good expectations because she lowers, reduces attack bar. And that's it. Yeah, multi-hit attack bar reduction. She was put into this build and she's just been sitting there ever since. With these artifacts, and I've got no idea whether they're good or bad. They're probably really terrible. But again, she's just one of the champions that, unless I'm doing like Ice Beast, Fire Beast, some of that sort of like Rift, she's just not really used. She was the same. She was built for Necro and put in Rage and stuff, and this is how it ended up looking, but I just don't use her, sadly enough. I think she could be quite good, but I just don't use her. I don't want to dwell on certain champions I don't use for too long, because we've still got a few to look through, but I'll try and tell you the important aspects of each champion as we go past them. So Colleen was built randomly for Necro. I have used her in TOA and other things, like in, I think she's maybe in a couple of Rift teams or whatnot. I mean, I'm quite happy with her HP. I'm happy with that bit of defense. I'm happy with her speed. She's got a bit of resistance so she can stay alive. Swift resistance build. She basically, it was just the recovery of HP and attack boost. Affecting, like, the unrecoverable could be a handy, but unless I'm doing Ice Beast, Fire Beast, whatever one she's in, she doesn't see much action. Verdahill is somebody that I've went into, like, the managed part. You go to rerun and whatnot, and I've looked at putting him into like fight. I've looked at putting him into rage and whatnot. Try to get like a number 4 crit damage and just to make him a lot better, because his build is mediocre, and it's partially again because he has to go after the Chikaris. And he does that, so for just now, I mean, if I can get more damage, I would have to keep him close to this, well, probably no more than the speed. This is the max he can be for the Tricari to work, to make sure everybody gets the attack bar, and he goes last in the Dragons team as well, I believe, also, so that's quite cool. But yeah, he's a fantastic champion. Fills up that attack bar, helps people get turns. He's in a violent build, which I love so much. But yeah, if I can get the damage and keep him quite slow just for just now, it would be super, super good. Again, he's got artifacts, which is quite strange. Randy. Randy is a cool champion in my opinion. When he starts popping off, he can hit fucking well over 6 times. Just pap, and he just goes for it. So he was built again for Spiritual Realm, hence why, because in Spiritual Realm, in that dungeon they don't really take a turn. The boss may take a turn, but there's only one person, and it's Riley, that does not have perfect crit, so she's the only one that will give the boss one attack back, if you know what I mean. Because for every non-crit she gets, it kind of builds up on her like a little ball in the corner. So he's got that, he's got good crit damage, he's got okay speed, and he's part of the Spiritual Realm team, which I probably could show in a video at some point. Swift build, crit damage, speed, crit damage, attack. I think he's fantastic. His kit is really funny. He shoots precise shots, can ignore defense, which is quite cool. Attacks consecutively with a chance. Is it this one? No, this is why I've also built Seek as well. Because Randy and Seek are quite fun if you ask me. I'm sure this is the move that can just fucking pop off. Bap, 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 bap. You can get like 5, 6, 7 hits. It's fucking super, super fun. But he was built for the Spiritual Realm team. Thessalion I gave runes to, but I don't use. Hence why he's just sitting, not even built. I've been looking to try build him, but I'm wary that I don't want to give myself too many projects. I want to have controlled chaos, so I need to have a plan with all my champions. There's a few that I'll check first, and then as I go down the list, everything else should get a bit clearer. Belager again was built slow. I gave him some attack, I gave him some damage, just for some rift. That's all he's used for. Occasionally you'll see him in like a guild, the rival guild battle thing, but he doesn't have any of this shit done. He's just got very, very, very old runes on, as you can tell. Look, he's got fucking normal artifacts. But until the R5 team is being looked at, I think it's safe to leave Belager where he is, because I don't want to commit too much unless I'm actually committing to it. One of my newer builds is Jogun. Swift, we have speed, hippie, and hippie. As you can see, some grinds have been used. This is a newer build. Jogun has been given HP, defense, a lot of speed. One of the fastest champions I've got. Some accuracy. And I want to start taking him into guild for the guild defense. Potentially TOA, because I think he doesn't get enough credit. And I want to try and have a team that I can incorporate him into. Because his crowd control is fucking decent. Can reduce your attack bar. You can basically put an enemy into a scroll and they're out of the game for a while. You can also remove all beneficial effects of all enemies, which is pretty fucking badass if you ask me. So he's a really good leader passive as well. So he was built. He doesn't really see much action yet. I'm trying to build some quicker champions for like arena and for a guild to make sure they're not too slow, just so I can try and build up a little bit of a fleet so I can make some teams. But yeah, that's a build I quite like, to be fair. It would break my heart if somebody was like, hey, your Jogun's shit. I'd be quite upset with that. Seek. This was built because I thought I was wanting a laugh, in all fairness. He started off just a wee puppy dog into this mean, look at his mean little eye. He became a monster. Easy to rune, he's a 2-star champion, like, why would you not build him? It was for Spiritual Realm. He's got, basically, I was trying to think if it was, the thing with him is, he does his job, he stays alive, I can kill SR10 with him. And I haven't even finished maxing his fucking runes yet, but he's super cool because of this. Attack power increasing, crit rate for 3 turns. Reusable in 3 turns. So it never falls off. And he can do pretty decent damage. He was built for the SR10 team. I think he's fantastic. I will eventually get them all to 15. But the issue was, at the time it was just mana. But he's a really cool champion. So, Shannon, Wind Pixie, for a long time. Was level 35. Non-2A, so I was like, yeah, it's just fine. And she was in Giants, I think. I never had to change her because she wasn't really dying and whatnot. Two-wader, rebuilt her. I believe she's in Swift now. Swift, 2 broken pieces. And yeah, and she's a vital part of the Giants team now. Her and Bella Dion. I like. She could be quicker. I don't think I've really grinded. I've probably like 5 or 6 champions, less than 10 for sure, that have grinds, which again is my fault. But I mean, it's just a victim of circumstance. But she's fucking really good. I'm a big supporter of Sean and the Wind Pixie. This is basically how she's built. She never really dies for where she gets used. Unless it's TOA and I make a shit team. I put in a composition that's maybe not that great. Then she may take more damage, but for what she does, I'm kind of happy to leave that build where it is until I feel like I can maybe make her quicker. I'm hearing noises from upstairs. Don't know if it's the kid or not. So if I have to depart, I'll have to depart. But she's got glancing. So just bear with me on that one. Bernard. I needed somebody to two-way. Oh, Tootie's phone. Is she still in? Bless her. Right guys, I'll close this door a little sec. And then I might get to Lucian. Or I might try and speed up because the kid, obviously, she's not too well. Bernard, I needed somebody to 2A. And a lot of videos when I first started playing this game were like, Bernard's super good. And he is. But I think Bernard's build, I'm trying to think, and maybe I went back over it again. Well, he's got stuff to, he's not even got runes at 15 yet. I don't use him that much. But I think the build he's got in now is satisfactory. I need to potentially, for certain champions, try squeeze some crit stats. I've no idea what it just says CRI, that's fucking stupid. It should just say crit and crit. I should squeeze more damage, but I mean, when I use him, I think he will be good. Some of these champions probably just need to get grinded. Naomi was built specifically for Giants because I can't remember, it was a subscriber I think commented, or somebody commented, why don't you try this team? So I built Naomi, a 2-wader, and I use her in the team, and she's fucking awesome. I can maybe get her crit damage up to like 250, 260 if I wanted to. But yeah, as long as she goes last, there's debuffs which will engage her passive of giving her perfect crit rate when she attacks. And she basically has a build that is, I think, all just based on looking for crit damage, crit damage, crit damage, crit damage, crit damage, crit damage, yeah, so basically one of those builds that you're trying to focus on one stat and making sure she goes last. She does what she basically does what she says on the tin. She's really good. And she never really dies. She never dies in that Giants team either. And it is very, very consistent. Lucian is kinda like, Lucian is, how can I describe him? He's the little brother you want to play with, but you've just got other things to do. Like, when I finally got Lucian, I think it was from like an engraved summon. Super cool, fucking gave him like Devil Mons and shit. Haven't used him that much. I think obviously I took a rune from him. I would like to rebuild him because I believe he's got massive potential. I believe he's got fucking huge potential actually. So nothing really more to say about him sadly. Eladriel just to annoy people. I gave him HP. I made him slow. I gave him good resistance. And the plan was I'll put him in as a guild defense. He's got the resistance, which means he can realistically be debuffed very briefly. He's got HP, so he can revive and whatnot, and when he heals, they'll be strong. We've got increases HP of other monsters, will win by 50%. But yeah, apart from like World Boss, in Guild, I think he's in a tower. Don't use him, but I mean it's an okay build. It's just a build that's again not even got everything at 15 yet. It's a build that potentially could change. You know what I mean? I don't use him as much as you would think. Melia, my god, I'd marry Melia if I wasn't already with someone. Melia's fucking awesome. And she's quick. She's got good HP. She's got speed. I've tried to not give her accuracy because of that automatic effect. And she's there for dots. And I need to find whichever violent one is the weakest and remove it. But you know what Melia does. Riley's there for support. Needs to Devil Mons would be good. But basically, she's in a couple of teams and she's just there to support people. Heal, cleanse, fucking immunity, increased attack. She's really good. Good speed. HP could be better. But I think everything's at 15, so it's just really down to shitty fucking just shitty runes, to be fair. A lot of builds have been the same for quite some time. Lupinus was built for Necro, didn't really use her. That's what she's got, so she'll maybe just get chased at some point. Fen Yang, shit HP, I wanted to give him defense. And he was predominantly, I'm going to try get him into like some guild content at some point maybe. He was one of the newer builds. He's slow, but he's got HP. I need to give him defense. Decrease target's defense. Blah blah blah. What is it? Yeah, because you'll get basically just for that attack bar. If I'm attacked by somebody with lower defense than mine, which is probably going to be likely, so I've got pretty good defense there. That's why he was built. Haven't used him that much. It's for a arena / guild content, which I'm active in, but I'm not super fantastic. Bella Dion's in the Giants team, a staple. I'm happy with her speed, happy with her HP. I'm not happy with this rune because it's in a set that makes no sense. I would like it to be at least in one of like this set, or if I can get it into Swift, make her quicker, we can just get more attack bar. But I'm happy with her build. She does a fantastic job. How far are we? Because I'm hearing noises, so I don't want to abandon the kid for too long. Well, not abandon, but just to check on her. And Fran, HP, some defense, a bit of speed. I'm happy with this build because she doesn't die that much. I think the HP could be higher. Again, you're looking at rune builds that are potentially fucking 100 days old, potentially more, potentially less, with certain champions. Again, I need to go through, do a list of urgent, not so urgent, and then take it from there. I've been farming runes, trying to make them better. I recently just gave her extra speed. I noticed she had a number 2 HP rune, which made her slower, but I don't think I had a speed one at the time. So, I mean, she does her job really, really well. But in future, I would like to upgrade her. She's in, I think, like, she's in, or maybe I'm using her less and less actually. I don't use her in Giants. Dragon, I don't think I use her. I don't use her in Spiritual Realm. I don't think I use her in, oh, I'll use her in Necro. I'm mostly using Fran less and less, which is a shame. Super good champion though. Lauren, I made her quick. I gave her perfect accuracy because I want to make sure she does reduce attack bar. And basically with her, she'll stop anybody taking a turn. It's ridiculous. She was made a long time ago in Swift. Obviously HP is really low, but again, built some time ago. So it's just like there's no, I haven't grinded any stats. But again, when I get to the list, I'll take it from there. Genie was built probably a couple of months ago. I took it to TOA, give her HP, some defense, some speed, some resistance accuracy, because we had an event where you could select your Nat 5 or just a 5-star champion. I picked her, Light Paladin, for the provoke, and I use her on occasion, not as much now, but yeah, she's a really good champion. I mean, the build is what the build is. Crow, pardon me, recently got a boost of 42 speed. So I swapped his number 2 rune to a speed rune. Low HP, low attack, shitty defense, got speed, got damage. And he's in the Dragon and Giants team, actually. I think he just, because I think he's quite cool. Again, Devil Mons are not there, but he has a team up. He leaves a branding effect. He does extra damage per harmful effect on the enemy. He's in violent, so if I can't make him quicker, etc., and have like good damage, at least I can get an extra turn to fucking do some damage. But I mean, yeah, for just now, it works. I just not long did a video for the Giant and the Dragons team. In case you want to check it out, Veramos has been built for quite some time. Fuck, a long time. I slightly changed it up a couple of months ago, just to give her more speed. Probably a month ago or so, I gave her a crit damage number 4 rune, because I did debate making her straight damage, like lower the HP. Well, to be fair, not necessarily lower the HP, but just make sure the crit rate and the crit damage was fucking way higher, because she's got enemy max HP. She's also got attack bar reduction guaranteed if you don't stun. She cleanses debuffs. She's in a few of my teams. She's in a Swift build. I mean, but she does her job well. Every build on this account, maybe bar a few, can be improved. Got the Dark Homunculus, who is, I'm guessing because there's little boobies, a female, but she's called Cliff. Because for some reason I was thinking of Cliff Burton, so that's the name I put on it, and I haven't changed it. Pretty much my idea was reduce attack bar, remove all beneficial effects, and stun, and increase the cooldown time. So basically just a controlling homunculus. To be fair, don't use the homunculus that much, as much as I thought I would. But she's pretty quick, got HP, respectable stats, but again, there's still upgrades to be done, but I'll maybe use her one day. Ergar's not built yet. I just got him from the ancient coin shop. Josephine, I don't think has runes. She did have runes. She doesn't. I'm at 2 minds whether to go straight damage or the other way, like HP speed and whatnot. Time will tell. Nothing happening there. This is one of my other 2A Rauks. For my Seek Rauk, I think Randy Riley team. No, not Randy Riley. Verd and Riley, I think. Because Randy's cool, Seek is cool, but having multiple Rauks was also pretty cool. And again, I had close to 100 Dimension Hole energy, and I was like, hey, 2 Rauks ain't going to fucking do me any harm. It's a work in progress, doesn't get used too much, but because he's just kind of sitting on the side chilling like a villain, don't have to change him. Igmanodon, you will see in a previous video, was built, I believe, for Steel Fortress. And this was the shitty ability he got then, and it's the shitty ability he has now. But he does his job. He helped me clear Steel Fortress. I went from not clearing it up at 10. Basically, I did a video where I built him, and I was clearing 10 by the end of it, like just over an hour later. So I would like to get more HP maybe, and more speed and accuracy. But again, within good time, you know what I mean. Douglas, Guild Arena at some point. Jujutsu Kaisen, my little homie, is yet to be. I'm thinking of making him wind and pissing around in Giants. One of my other Melias, the first one is on Violent, this one's on Swift. Again, quick, you got HP, you know what Melia does. She was on Giants 10. She's just basically there to throw dots, and at some point I want to make 5 Melias into a team just for fun. This level 5 Melia is slower, but she's in a Despair set. Which, trust me, works. It absolutely works. So I've tried it. But she does dots. I mean, she's one of my favourite champions because of just how lethal her dots are. Wind Asaru, he was given one of those, like, it must be like fucking 100 days ago, give or take 90 or 100 days ago, a Despair set, and because it was like he hits multiple times. So if I not put him in a Despair set with no damage, looking at rune quality and just how I was picturing it, there's no way he can miss a stun. Well, maybe there is. So my plan is to rebuild him, possibly still in a stun set, but with good crit rate, good crit damage. And we'll see what comes after that. Depending on the team he's in, I'll have like heals and all that shit. So he is really unused at the moment. Akamamir has not been touched, but I would like to. The issue is, and I've mentioned Akamamir's name loads of fucking times, but the issue is, it just requires so much skill ups. But I would like to take him in. I would like to take him into Giants. To Shar, same into Giants. We'll see, but again, it requires 5 stars. So it's like 1 out of 7, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. Maybe Giants in the future. We have Melia that is built. HB Speed. This one is also built. because I took them into like the Hall of Fire, Hall of Wind, Hall of this, Hall of that, just to piss around. But yeah, their builds, they're just chilling like villains like Ralk just now. This is one of my newer champions that recently I 2A'd, Shushu and Friends. Not built yet. I'll decide where I go when I build, in all fairness. Shaman is built, but I think the build was like an auto rune, because when I was 2A'ing him, I think he was dying. And I haven't used him in Necro. I was going to, but I mean, I think I'll maybe just maybe build him at some point. I don't know what I'm going to really do with him. Darian is he's a new addition to the team, and I'm thinking he's a work in progress. He might just go into a couple of the Rift teams because of his capabilities regarding the reduction of damage you take. I've got to work on that one, and a couple of other champions, because I made a fucking Melia to go into my other Melia, and it didn't work. I think that's all the champions that are built, and I'm happy I can do the majority of the content. We can do TOA normal and hard. I'm not hugely bothered about doing speedruns and stuff. I'm happy just to get a consistent clear. Fuck's sake. So let me just stop the auto runs quickly. Maybe I won't. There's only like a couple more to go. But yeah, so this is the Dragon team. You can find out more in the previously posted video, but I'm going to go check on the kid now. But that's basically all the champions that are built. A lot of them have been built for a long time, so yes, the damage is low, the HP is low. Some runes ain't even fully maxed yet. There's no grinds, there's no accessories, and that's all on me. But come time, that will hopefully be sorted and whatnot. But please, any feedback, any comments, good or bad, stick them down below. I will get to that list pretty soon, and I'll try to tidy things up, get things in order with champions, fix runes, try to get stuff into sets, just the usual stuff. And it's been fantastic sharing all this information with you guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. A comment asking to post a video with the champion builds is the reason I did it, but I think I was going to do it anyway, because it's just a fantastic idea, because I'm still new to this game. And if you're end game, you ain't going to watch it, but if you're quite early game, maybe there's a bit of use in it for you. And any comment you may post could potentially help somebody else. So I think I've spoke long enough. You're probably hoping that I piss off, so I will do that. But not before I say thank you. You're awesome. I love you all, and until next time, take care.